Nom, 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 nom. That was a good rest, good night's rest. So it's the 21st today, 21st of December. Yeah, it's almost Christmas. Yeah, it's nice. So I wonder what will be in store for us today behind the 21st door. I can't actually believe that I've made it all this way. When I started out, I thought that I'd miss way more days than I did, but no, I mean we only missed those 3 days back there, and oh, well, there it is. Almost went past to 22. Here's 21, door 21. So let's have a look behind and behind door 21 and see what we have. Let's go. Alright, so approaching the fence? Why is there a massive fence? Huh, I guess I could chop it down or remove it. Huh? What's this? HeroGrinch? Is that a present? No, that's not a present. HeroGrinch! What did you do? Ah! Oh no! Ah! Ah! Present's ruined. Unless there was just glowstone inside, I think what was in there has blown up, along with half of the present. That wasn't even clever. All he did was throw TNT. Oh well. So everybody, the time is once again upon us to have a look at the command blocks, and this time we actually have somebody to thank. Cobbled Obsidian actually suggested this idea on the last video, and I think it's an incredibly good idea, so I went ahead and I made it. He suggested that the sleigh probably fly in and stuff. I did try stuff like that, but I wanted HeroGrinch to be inside of riding a boat because I wanted to show some of the new passenger mechanics and stuff. And the problem with that is every time I tried to keep the boat in the air or what have you, it would just sort of, even though I was teleporting it into the air or teleporting it to an entity into the air 20 times a second, it would just slowly like sink and then break on the floor. So there were some problems with that idea. So instead I just decided to have a classic sort of sleigh ride across with a nice horse and some leashes and stuff, and I'll show you how all of that is done right now. So first we have our activator here. We have Sponge going down this entire fence line to activate our redstone and to start the journey of HeroGrinch. Over here we actually have a blast wall, and there's this gold block here which triggers the throwing of TNT. The first command block we're going to look is actually the last part of the journey, and that's on this side. I just have... That's weird. Could have sworn there's these blocks were here before. Oh, must have been another piece of TNT. Is there gold here? That's weird. I've been experiencing some really weird stuff actually in the world. There was another glitch I'll probably tell you about at the end. So the last command block here is a kill command, and that just cleans everything up. I really do not know what happened here. It's confusing me. Let's move away from this confusion and over to the command blocks over here. Right, so the first two command blocks, I'm not going to show you the control scheme yet. The first two command blocks that are the most important are the horse, because the horse is a completely separate thing. So this is the horse thing. It summons an armor stand, and riding the armor stand, it's got a custom name called Marker, and it's actually got a custom UUID least and UUID most of 11 and 12 respectively. They're important. You have to remember those for later. It is small. It's invisible. It has no gravity, so we can do what we like with it position-wise, and it has one passenger, and that passenger is an item, and that item has a passenger as well. and that passenger is a horse. So it's an item riding an armor stand and a horse riding an item. The item is there because I can just pick up the item, and then the horse will not be riding anything, and the armor stand won't be ridden on by anything. So it unlinks the two things. It's an easy way to just unlink things that are riding things. Now the reason I summon these in the same command is this horse entity that is summoned wearing there's the thing. It is leashed, and it is leashed to the UUID leased 11 and UUID leased 12, and that means that it is leashed to the armor stand. So we have a armor stand which is ridden on by an item, which is ridden on by a horse, and the horse is leashed to the armor stand. And you have to, when you're doing summoning leashed entities in game, you have to do this. You have to summon. You have to use one whole summon command to leash the entity, because you can't leash it to an entity that's already in the world. So both entities have to enter at the same time for the game to actually know what's leashed. And so let's do that, and we'll have you'll see that there's an item here, and there'll be an armor stand down here or so, and it glitches up here. It's a bit weird. And then if we pick up the item, that actually unlinks them. If I press F3 and N, we'll see that down here there's the armor stand, and up here is the No AI horse. And you'll notice that there isn't any link currently. So for there to be a link, we have to exit the game and then go back into the world, because it won't render the leash until we come back in. And there we go. Now we have a rendered leash. F3N again to go back into creative mode. There's another thing as well, actually. If we switch back in, it does appear a little bit off. It's not, armor stands are not designed really to hold leashes, so it looks a bit weird. Then over here we have a very crazy command. We have a boat, as you know, but riding the boat is 2 zombies, and on one zombie, if we might be able to see it here, yep, on one zombie, the rabbit known as HeroGrinch is riding that zombie, and then the other zombie, it doesn't have anything riding. So we essentially have a stack within a stack, a passenger within a passenger, and I think I'll be able to explain it more easily if I summon this and go into F3N again so we can see invisibles. So here we have our boat, and in the boat are sitting these 2 zombies, and then on top of this first zombie, HeroGrinch is sitting. And the reason I did it this way is because if HeroGrinch is just in the boat, you can only see his ears, because they only come up to like the top of the boat, because he's right inside the boat. So I ended up putting in a second baby zombie to make it look like he's actually sort of riding on top of it. So that's how that's done. And of course you can keep doing this. You can stack more things on top and up and up and up and up and up. I was going to have the boat riding on an armor stand. However, when you do that, the passenger, the way passengers work with boats, stops working, and instead of them being positioned here and here, they're positioned in each other again, and that didn't look nice. Right, then we have this. This is our activator over here, doing the sponge, removing this block of redstone with air, and then setting a block of redstone here to activate our marvelous control device. Ooh. Right, so the first thing we're doing is we're teleporting the marker, which is the armor stand. We're teleporting the armor stand to the boat, and then we're teleporting the armor stand one in front of the boat. So this lead lines up with just about here on the boat. So it's right next to HeroGrinch, so it looks like he's holding it. Then we teleport the horse to the boat, and then once again we teleport the horse slightly in front of the boat. And we make sure that his orientation, his rotation is correct and looking that way. Going up one more, we have the movement for the boat, and all this does is make sure that the boat moves forward at 0.2. So the boat will keep moving forwards, and of course, because this is all being teleported into place, it'll look all right. And then for the last bit, we have the actual control for the TNT. The first one is the actual summoning of the TNT, so it will summon at a boat that detects gold underneath it, 2 blocks underneath it. And what it will do is it'll execute if there is an entity named Bomb, which is the name of this second zombie here. His name is Bomb. And if he's still alive, it will summon a motion primed TNT with a fuse of 80, and that's why it sort of flies out. It looks like it's sort of chucked out. And then what we'll do is we just kill Bomb, so it stops it from activating more than once. So let's grab a redstone block and actually have a look at some of it working here. So as you can see, the entity's going here. If we press F3 and N, we can see the armor stand just in front of HeroGrinch. It's all working, it's all good. This isn't going to work now though, because it's of course going to go through the ground because we're one level lower out there. But this should still pass by this this command block and remove everything. Yeah, there we go. Although this guy got left this time, that's a bit... oh well, I'll remove him later. Yeah, so this took me a little bit because there's some glitches that I ended up running into which were incredibly strange. One of them is obviously that thing over there. I don't know how that happened, how blocks were removed. That's incredibly strange and quite worrying. Another thing was whenever I summoned a horse, just before I was starting to record, whenever I summoned a horse, it would just be teleported in that direction. I had no command blocks running. All of the horses in the world, no other entity, just horses, would all be teleported in that direction. So weird. Do not know how it happened at all. Kind of crazy. I restarted my game. I deleted some chunks that were in that direction, just in case that was causing it. And then everything started working again. So yeah, no harm, no foul, I guess. So I hope you all enjoyed this episode. Thank you again, Cobbled Obsidian. And if you did enjoy the episode, please leave a like, and we will see you guys next time. Bye.